applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of BWT. Got some guests here with me. I got Davey Dollars and Jovan. How we doing, fellas?
Going on? Doing great, Teddy. Thanks for having me, man.
Man, I feel really good right now. So good. We get to talk about baseball tonight, man. I'm excited. You know, I wasn't on the regular show today, but I'm here on BWT. So let's get it.
Appreciate you guys for hopping in. So today we are going to give you guys a quick recap of the World Series, share some thoughts about it, and then we're going to go into the Silver Sluggers for the American League and the National League, just like me and Dave did with the Gold Gloves on the last live episode. What do you guys think about the World Series?
Well, it ended a lot quicker than we expected. We said it would go 6. I said that originally, if I was to go with my heart, I would go with the Diamondbacks because of their story. But I went with, what I've seen throughout the playoffs, and I felt like the Rangers were the best team and that they would win in 6. But they said, well, if we're the best, we're going to win in 5. So we could care less about winning in 6. And that's what happened. They won the first game at home, then lost the second one, then they won 3 straight. And it was like, bada bing, bada boom. Get up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Got that right, Dave. I totally agree with you, man. I mean, hands down, Texas Rangers. I mean, it's like night and day when you look at the two rosters on talent, and it's just the Texas Rangers are clearly the better team on paper. Arizona Diamondbacks, if they had won that World Series, I think it would have shocked the world. I definitely wouldn't have been the only one shocked. But I think it would have been great to see your boy Chris Russo choke a little more than what he did when they beat the Phillies. So,
jeez, yeah. Mad Dog. He's still working. He didn't own up to it. Yeah, Tom. Texas did it. Yeah, Texas did it. I like this hashtag. This is a good hashtag. Dave, don't hate on
You don't get to celebrate this one. You don't get to celebrate this one.
It's actually funny because my college roommate, he's also a Cowboys fan, and he was celebrating it, and he was like, "Oh, bring it back to Texas." I'm like, "Bro, it's 2 different cities," and he's like, "Oh, it's right across the street." I'm like, "Bro, you live in Connecticut."
Exactly. What you talking about?
What are you doing,
bro? I went at him too, dude. I went at him too today. He said we're gonna bring one back to Dallas too. Don't worry. And I told him,
told me that. I just laughed. I left that on red.
I said, don't place your bet with me. Place your bet with DraftKings, man.
Insane, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rangers they got hot at the right time. The Diamondbacks they just they had that one game in game two where they put up 9 runs, and then after that, their offense just looked outmatched. Um, Pitching for the Rangers was by far way better than what the Diamondbacks had. Even though Zach Gallen last night he was throwing a no hitter until the sixth, I said something in the chat because in baseball, if you talk about it, it ends. I did that on purpose. And then there were 3 straight hits. There was 3 straight hits, and then a run scored, and then everything just went downhill after that. So Rangers, you're welcome. Um, we're not gonna start this.
Here we go.
We're not, we're not gonna start this.
Here we go.
I
Topo's
mean,
point though, man, there was a lot of World Series caliber players on that team, man.
yeah.
That's true.
It was cool to
The,
see. It was cool to see. It was
I
like a
mean,
lot of OGs that won World Series with other teams on this team, which is really cool to see them get another ring, man. Or they had lost it in the past, which is really cool.
yeah. There were 4 ex-Yankees on the pitching staff,
I saw
and
that picture.
they
That
all
picture.
got up on the podium and took a picture with the trophy. That hurt my heart. Uh, Montgomery, Eovaldi, Chapman, and Andrew Heaney. Um, Congrats to them. Uh, Chapman, another time he gets traded at the deadline and then goes and wins a World Series for that team. Um, the first time was in 2016 with the Cubs. He broke a 108-year streak, and then last night the Rangers end their 62-year streak. So if you have a long streak, go get Chapman, and if you want to win, go get Will Smith, who has been on 3 straight teams who have,
Yeah.
who have won the World Series. So I mean,
I
this
mean, granted, I don't know how much of an X factor he is, but he might be
he's
Hey,
a
a
it
good
don't
locker
one
room
in the
matter.
guy.
next 4
As
years.
He's a
long as he
locker
on the
room guy.
roster, you got a chance. As long as he on the roster, you got a chance.
Yeah,
For sure. And then
don't
we got to
put him
give it up
under.
to Bruce Bochy coming up off the recliner, like he said, and winning a World Series, his fourth one after the dynasty that he had with the Giants in the early 2000s, 2010s. They were winning. They won 3 out of 5. They were dominant. Um,
His story is very
and
similar to like Dusty Baker. I feel like just coming
yeah,
out of retirement, just being like an old school dude, and he didn't play to like the analytics. I felt he felt like he just went with the flow of the game and just kept the guys in that he felt were doing well, and
And
that's where I think the analytics part gets into the game too much.
yeah,
But
man.
yeah,
the
I think
old
Nerds
school
don't do
dudes are
well.
taking over, man.
I
Nerds
think
don't
that
do well in
happens.
this game.
I think that
Right.
happens in all sports, and I think that's what's ruining all sports.
Yeah,
I'm a huge basketball and huge football fan, a huge baseball fan as well. And that takes the fun out the game because now it's like you're all about numbers. No, man, go follow the high hand. Who's out there? Who's dealing? Who's
Yeah.
who in baseball? Who's hitting well? Keep them out there. Who's pitching well? Keep them out there. Like, come on, man. I understand. You see that these numbers. If someone pitches over 80 something within a few innings, then you might want to get them out because it can cause an injury. Like, I get it. You want to be safe, but come on, man. We know
Yeah.
what
No,
we see. Unless they feel like they want to come out, keep them in, man. Keep them in.
yeah. And I think that's that's what the OGs got over everybody else is they kind of know when someone's really on fire, and they're not gonna take them away from the game. Like they're like, nah, just let it ride out.
Mhm.
yeah,
And the way it
def-
was back in the day too, it was like we had guys like Nolan Ryan throwing 140 pitches in one game. It's like nowadays you throw 85 pitches, you're out of the game. It's crazy.
Facts.
yeah,
Facts.
yeah. Um, and then you also got to tip your cap to Corey Seager, World Series MVP.
Smooth operator.
That's who he is, man. He's that man. He's He's ridiculous. The first shortstop in MLB history to have 3 home runs in a World Series. Um, First player to win World Series MVP in both leagues. He did it with the Dodgers in 2020, and then he does it with the Rangers. And after the game, one of the reporters asked him, "Why did the Dodgers let you go?" And he just looked at him like, "I
Like,
don't
dude,
know."
I don't care. Like, so,
Bro,
like, I'm a Ranger.
do,
I'm
do
a
you
Ranger.
know? Do you know
I
what
just
the
won the World Series title with the Rangers. Ask me about this team. Don't ask me about the Dodgers. They ain't here.
right?
right.
Do we know? Do we know what his contract is currently? Like how many years he's got left, or
I think he has like
I can
8 years
check.
left.
8 years left?
Yeah, I think they signed him for 10 years. Like
Damn,
probably like 350.
he's been with them for 3 years, I think at least.
Two.
He's only been two.
This was his second year.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wow!
He got a it's a
I thought he left in
10-year,
2019.
$325 million contract. Yeah, he got
Pays
paid.
off, pays off in the second year. Look at that.
It's cool that like he's kind of like a underrated player. Like he's not though, but like the past couple of years, he's kind of been under the radar a little bit because the team's been underachieving. Now
Yeah.
he gets his foot in the playoffs and he just tears it up, man. Like he was yesterday that he was
Hmm.
World Series. It's crazy.
And
I feel like
yeah,
Trey Turner was that guy. You know what I mean? And now it's like Corey Seager's that guy. He kind of just like took over that spot. Like,
yeah,
now, eyes on me now, fellas.
right. And then we also have to give a shout out to the Mets for trading away DeGrom and Max Scherzer to the
Mm-hmm.
Rangers. Now they both have a
Exactly.
ring.
Hey,
How about the
like you
Grom winning
said,
a
Teddy.
ring?
Like you said before, Teddy, the Mets will Mets.
Never
How about the
fails.
Grom winning a ring without even playing, dude? That's like insane. Imagine they had
Hey,
DeGrom healthy. Just imagine next year.
pe- some players do it all the time. They do it in the look. What you say in the in the VIP chat yesterday? I know y'all not. If you're not a superstar member, this is just a glimpse of what we talk about in the R2L chat. Didn't you say Jimmy Garoppolo has a ring? Did he play in that game?
That's
He
true.
did not.
All right, it happens.
Yep. Yep.
You gotta be a teammate sometimes, man. Teammate first.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into the Silver Slugger Award predictions. In the AL, first base, we've got your first baseman, Tristan Casas, Yandy Diaz from the Tampa Bay Rays, Nathaniel Lowe, World Series champion from the Rangers, and Spencer Torkelson from the Tigers.
Carl somewhere saying, "That's my guy."
Hmm. Yeah, but he also punched in the air because I ain't voting for him. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Who you guys got winning this award for the first base?
You go first, Joby.
I'm gonna go with my guy Tristan Casas, man. I think he had a great year. He had 113 hits, 24 bombs, 65 RBIs, with a 263 average, man. So, I mean, I got to go with him. Um, he honestly had a much better year than I anticipated him to have. And not only that, I think he stuck out to me as one of the best first basemen in the American League this year. So, hitting wise, defensively, he's great as well, but I think his bat, he was definitely a threat in the lineup this year. So I will go with Tristan Casas as my pick for this first baseman category. Um, I think Lowe would definitely be there as well, but I'm going with Casas, man. I wouldn't want to face Casas.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I figured you would go that route. Me also being a Red Sox fan, as you can see in the background, I could easily go there, but I'm gonna be unbiased, and I'm gonna go with Nathaniel Lowe. I feel like he had a really great year. 89 runs, 163 hits, 82 RBIs, 262 average. He had a great year as well. And that was out of 623 at bats. So he did everything he needed to do to be able to play well this year. And honestly, he had less at bats last year, which made his percentage a little bit better. But I feel like he played better this year than he did last year. So I will give the award to Nathaniel Lowe.
You guys, this is probably gonna shock you guys, but I'm gonna go with Tristan Casas. Um,
Yeah, my boy.
um, that kid is he's an imposing guy in the batter's box. Um, I wouldn't say that the Yankees are scared of him or anything like that. Don't get it twisted, right?
But
Um,
there's a healthy fear that he can cause some havoc.
oh yeah, for sure. And going to a couple games this season, just seeing his approach in the on deck circle, um, and just watching him swing the bat, he can he can definitely swing it with the best of them. So I'm gonna go with Tristan Casas to win the Silver Slugger for first base.
Good choice, Teddy. Good choice.
Well, since you're picking him, I hope he wins.
No, but Dave, I also I like that pick, man, because his team did make it to the World Series. He won a World Series, and he did put up some good numbers. But it's just I like his approach in the box as well, Teddy. And he knows how to control the zone, which is my favorite thing to watch about him. He could take a walk, but he can also hit a home run, which is like very
Yeah,
hard to come by.
he got on a crazy streak this season too, where he was for like 3 weeks he was just hitting tanks. So yeah, I mean Nathaniel Lowe would be a good story. I don't know if you guys know, but after the game he went on the podium with Jeter, A Rod, and Ortiz. And he sent out a message to his mom. Um, I guess his mom is going through chemotherapy right now. So this would be a great thing for him to add to the collection of a great year. He said that being in the World Series was the second place that he would want to be right now. So for him to be able to play while his mom was going through that, I know mentally that was probably tough being away from his mom at a very tough time in her life. Um, but kudos to him, but he's going to lose his award to Tristan Casas. Um,
Yeah.
let's go to second base. We've got Brandon Drury from the Angels, Marcus Simeon from the Rangers, and my guy Gleyber. Who you guys got?
Go ahead, Dave. You go this one first.
I'm going with another Ranger. I'm going with
Okay.
Simeon. Um, I like how he I like how he approaches the game. I think he did enough um, to even be considered in this award. I feel like he did a great job this year. Also one of the players that helped his team go all the way to the postseason, and then eventually win their very first World Series title in team history. Now he's not the name that he's not the Corey Seeker. He's not the Nathaniel Lowe. He's not the name where it's like that guy made an impact, but he makes plays no matter what. Um, so I would give it to him just off of that alone, but also because he did contribute a lot this season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Teddy. My bad.
with also with Simeon, he played in every game this season. They played 179 games, and he was in every single game this year. But you know who I'm going with? I'm going with my guy Glaber. He was one of the bright spots in the Yankees lineup this season when Judge went down with that toe injury. He continued to have solid at bats and just drove runs in all year. So I'm gonna have to go with my guy Glaber.
That's what's up, Ted. Yeah. So, um, I would love to agree with you on this, Teddy. But looking at the numbers, so I wasn't sure of the numbers. I did look at both of the numbers between the two. Marcus Simeon pretty much beats him in every category. I mean, he has 4 home runs more than him. Um, he's got a lot more hits than him, and not only that, he played every game, like you said. So I think no matter what, we gotta go with Marcus Simeon. Although, like you said, Gleyber Torres was the bright spot of the Yankees this season with his bat. I think he was probably your top contributor on the team this year because Aaron Judge was out. But I think Marcus Simeon, his numbers this year from a regular season standpoint were just like unbelievable from a second base standpoint. Probably the best second baseman in all of the MLB this year.
That's a pretty bold statement there.
Definitely
right.
is. I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Yeah, I mean, from the numbers that I'm looking at here for 2023 regular season, from like all around overall batting standpoint, definitely I think he's the best one. But I mean, to each their own. we probably could argue about this for hours, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, the dude had an incredible year, and the fact that he didn't play, I mean, he didn't miss a game all season is like the last person that did that. I think is like Cal Ripken. So I don't
That's
know,
crazy.
man. Yeah, that's pretty cool that he did that, and he didn't miss one postseason game or like any postseason game. So he played the entire year through and through, from game one to the World Series. So you got to give it to him, man.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to shorts. We got J.P. Crawford from the Mariners, Bobby Witt Jr. from the Royals, and Mr. Smooth Operator himself, Corey Seager.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Corey Seager. He hit 327 with 96 RBIs, 156 hits, and he batted 327. Like that's incredible. And then being able to do what he did in the entire postseason, not just the World Series, in the entire postseason, put the team on his back. That wins it for me. What do you guys got?
Honestly,
Go ahead,
I think for me, I'm a little biased on this, but I just love the young talent, and I got to go with Bobby Witt Jr. Man.
That's my second choice.
He's just a freak of nature. He's so fun to watch. It's like you got to stop what you're doing and watch the kid play.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I mean, I gotta pick him, but realistically, numbers wise, if I'm being like an analytical guy and I'm looking at the numbers, the hard numbers, I would have to go with Corey Seager. But just off of like just eyesight choosing, I want to pick Bobby Witt Jr. And I think it'd be cool for him to get this award.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty that that's pretty much where I was going. With Bobby Witt. 641 at bats this season, 97 runs, 177 hits, 96 RBIs, 276 average. The boy was
49 stolen bases, dude.
balling. He was balling
49
out this year.
stolen bases. Does that go into the slugger category? Because if it does,
I don't
I
think.
don't think so.
No.
I would say no.
it doesn't, man. It doesn't.
I would say no. I mean, it's a phenomenal stat, but I would say no.
49 stolen bases this year is ridiculous, dude.
And he didn't even lead the.
No,
Yeah.
that's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
There was Esteury Ruiz. I think he had like 55, and then Acuna had like 60,
Yeah.
60 plus.
How much did the young kid have? The young kid for the Cincinnati Reds. I forgot his name.
Dela Cruz.
Yeah, Dela Cruz, because he came in. He was stealing bases like crazy when he came in.
He didn't have too many.
I think he came in kind of late too.
Yeah.
Probably so. That's probably why.
Yeah, he came up around July.
I
Oh
bet you
yeah, yeah, yeah,
next year he'll probably go off.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, Bobby Witt, he played great this year.
But he had
Yeah.
35. Ellie De La Cruz had 35 stolen bases.
35. That's not bad.
And he
Yeah.
missed 2 months of MLB.
That's not that
And
that that means
most of his
that
hits
means
were triples.
he was
Anyways,
prob-
so he didn't
that
have to
means he was
steal.
probably on pace to have like 70 stolen bases this year.
Hmm.
Yeah, he didn't
That's
hit
crazy.
many singles, dude. He's on base a lot. Like once he got a hit, it was mostly a double or a triple.
That's
Yep.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah,
I think,
Bobby Witt's that's my choice.
yeah, I think Bobby Witt led the league in triples this year.
Dude got
So
wheels.
yeah. Let's go to third base. We got Alex Bregman, your guy, Devers, Isaac Paredes from the Tampa Bay Rays, and Jose Ramirez from the Cleveland Guardians. I'm gonna lead this one off. I'm gonna go with my guy Bregman. You guys should have known that. Um, he hit 262, 98 RBIs, 25 home runs with 163 hits. The on base percentage of 363. Um, I just feel like he had a good year, and being in that lineup with Alvarez, Altuve, and that's at one time Alvarez and Altuve weren't even in; they were injured. So they looked for him to pick up the slack, and that's exactly what he did. Um, just like Glaber. That's another reason why I'm going with him: the consistency and being able to pick up the slack when needed.
Oh yeah. No, I agree. Bregman is always a beast. But I gotta go with my boy Devers, man. Devers this year, 33 home runs, 157 hits, 100 RBIs, and he batted 271. So he hit for some pop. He hit some home runs. Not only that, he had a lot of hits, and he hit for average as well. He just missed 300 by about 30 points, but
He didn't just miss. Come on. He didn't bat 298.
he just missed. He just missed it. You know? He had 580 at bats. You know, you give him like 100 more, he would have got the job done. Nah, but seriously, I think given the fact that he hit 33 home runs and he had 100 RBIs, I would definitely give this to Devers.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Devers, and not even based on the numbers. He did have good numbers for our team this year. Who actually, we're last in the division, so it's not a great year. But just right above us is the Yankees. The Yankees didn't have a great year either. But I feel like for for this team when we were playing well, it's because Devers was leading this team. Um, with 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 him hitting, having those 33 home runs, his 100 RBIs, he pretty much is what kept our team afloat this entire season. So with that alone is why I believe that Devers will win Silver Slugger for third baseman. I mean, he to me he's the best player on the team right now. I don't know anyone else. I don't know who else you would vote for the best player on the team right now. But to me, and I'm not saying that this is exactly who he is, but he is our Aaron Judge. If you really look at how this team is and who's the best player, it's it's Devers for me. For me, Devers is the best player on this team.
Nope, I agree. I think everyone else that's in consideration for this award is just shy of where Devers is at. Devers is kind of like just above, or he's just below in some categories, but he's beating everyone else in other categories, in multiple other categories, such as home runs or RBIs. He's leading the entire group of contestants for this award in RBIs with 100, and then he's leading the group with 33 home runs as well. So I gotta go with him, and then his average isn't low, so his average is still contending with the other people too. So
Yeah, no. Now, if his average was like 200, then I mean,
yeah, he's batting
That,
270. So I have to give it to Devers.
yeah, I mean, he just missed 300, so why not?
Just missed 300, dude. Just you know what I mean. He's very close. No, but Jose Ramirez is close too. His average is like about 10 points higher than Devers.
Now, who wins?
He batted 280. What was that?
Who wins in a fight, Ramirez or Devers?
Oh, that's a good one. I don't think they'll ever fight because they're both from Bani.
no comment from me. No comment.
I'm sorry. Devers is from Sanchez, Dominican Republic, and Jose Ramirez is from Bani.
Yep.
I knew one of them would be from Bani. I don't know who.
All right, let's get into the outfield. I'm guessing we would probably go with three guys since there's three outfield spots. The seven guys, yeah, there's seven finalists. We got Randy Arozarena from the Rays. We got Adolis Garcia from the Rangers. My guy, All Rise, Aaron Judge from the Yankees. Luis Robert Jr. from the White Sox. Julio Rodriguez from the Mariners, Anthony Santander from the Orioles, and Kyle Tucker from the Astros. Who we got?
I'm gonna go with Garcia. Kyle Tucker, and who else was on that list? I know I saw it. It was Aaron Judge, Rodriguez, Julio Rodriguez from the Mariners.
Okay.
I mean, for one, he was in the he was in the final for the home run. He did not win, but he was there, representing the Mariners, and I mean, he had a great a great home run game, home run series. He played well for the Mariners this year. And then, I mean, Garcia. I mean, what do I really need to say about Garcia? We saw exactly what he did and how important he was in the World Series, even though he didn't play. Um, I believe he missed the last two games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he missed the last two games. But I mean, we saw exactly what his impact was. And Kyle Tucker for the Astros was just I mean, I feel like he was just the same impact, honestly. Um, I would have given this to Aaron Judge, but he missed so much time. I think that's probably the only reason why I don't give it to Aaron Judge, but I wouldn't be mad if they give it to him, honestly.
What do you got, Jovan?
So for me, I think I got to go with Luis Robert Jr. Hit 38 bombs this year. I love the way he plays, dude. He had 20 stolen bases as well for a big guy. Um, I know that's not part of the Silver Slugger. We discussed that, but um, I mean, the dude he's just all around freak athlete. I love when he's up to bat, and he's definitely a threat in that box. Um, I would love to vote for Aaron Judge, but I can't because of his time missed this year. Um, but like Dave said, I'll piggyback off what Dave said. If they did pick him, I wouldn't be mad because in what he did in the time that he did play was pretty impressive. So the other two Silver Sluggers I would give him to is Julio Rodriguez and Kyle Tucker. Um, both great years, solid years. And then if I had to choose anyone else after those three people, it would have to be Aaron Judge. Adolis Garcia had a subpar regular season, a great postseason. Um, and Randy Arozarena, I was actually shocked when I looked at his full numbers for the year. They were actually pretty subpar to what I believe them to be. But he does come in pretty clutch when you need him. So um, But based off the numbers that I'm looking at, I would definitely say Lewis Robert Jr., Kyle Tucker, and Julio Rodriguez win those three awards for outfield.
Okay,
All
so we
right.
agree on two. That's good enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the one of the most underrated superstars in the game, Kyle Tucker, um, Julio Rodriguez. I can't
I know, I know.
not
I
vote
already
for
knew.
my
I knew where
guy.
you were going.
I can't not
Didn't even have to tell
guy.
me.
I mean, come on, man. He missed 2 months. He was like top four or top three in home runs. He was on pace for having another historic season, probably another 60 home run season if he doesn't run into that stupid fence out in LA. Like, how do you not? I'm not even gonna get into that because that's just a whole nother topic. Um, but hopefully they fix that out in LA because that was just terrible. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Aaron Judge. He's the Roberto Clemente Award winner, right? Captain of the New York Yankees. He's been coming out saying that there's gonna be some changes. Um, Dave broke some news today that we hired a analytic team. Um,
That was the craziest
I
thing I
thought
heard.
Joey was going. I thought Javon was going to say something.
I'm gonna let Teddy live, man. I'm gonna just let Teddy live.
but but yeah, those are my three for the American League outfield. Let's go to catcher. We've got Salvador Perez from the Royals. We have Kyle Raleigh from the Mariners and Adley Rutschman from the Orioles.
I'm
Who we
going with the Orioles guy.
Got to.
Adley.
Got to go with Adley. Um, he was a big reason why they won the AL East this year. He was a huge reason. I mean, of course, their pitching helped him out as well, but he was. I'm speechless, honestly. How well he played this year. I feel like he could be in consideration for the best catcher that played all season long, in both leagues, in the AL and the NL. I feel like he might. You could easily give him the case for the best catcher in the MLB, for how well he played this year. So I'm going with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. This year, like you said, he was a big role in the Orioles offense. He was batting from anywhere between the 2 and the 4 hole in the lineup. He batted 277 with 163 hits, 80 RBIs, 92 walks, 84 runs, played in 154 games at catcher, which is one of the toughest positions to play in the game because you really have to uh, take command of the game because you pretty much control the entire game.
It's
Uh,
to me, it's almost like you are the semi quarterback of the team.
yeah.
Even though the pitcher is the one actually throwing it, you're the one telling him which pitch to throw.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure. So just to try to like create a debate with you guys, I was gonna try to go with Salvador Perez, but the numbers just don't back it up. I have to go with Adley Rutschman.
Yep.
He had an incredible year. I mean, Salvador beat him by 3 home runs, but the average, the hits, and the RBIs, they all speak for themselves. So
Mhm.
I have to go with Adley Rutschman in this for this award, and it's well deserved, man. I think he definitely deserves this, and he's got plenty more to come. Um, this kid is like unbelievable talent, and I'm a little upset he's in the AL East, but it's all good. We're gonna beat him on our own terms.
I think we're all not happy that he's in the AL East and not on one of our teams.
Exactly.
I think we all can agree on that one. But
Yeah,
he
clap that.
he definitely had
Clap
a
that.
he definitely had a phenomenal year. He's well deserving of it. So,
Mhm.
and shout out to Jerry. I know we haven't mentioned Jerry, but Jerry was the one person that predicted the Orioles to win the AL East, and that's exactly what happened.
Mhm.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to talk about too was Adley Rutschman's home run derby um, performance. I mean, that was incredible to watch him get some pitches from his dad. He also batted both righty and lefty. That was just awesome
Switch
to
hit,
watch. It was
switch.
just, man, it was like being a little
So
kid again, watching one of your boys go to the park and like hit some home runs. You know, it's just like, damn, this kid brought me back to being a little kid again. Very entertaining, and I don't know. I just look forward to watching this kid play, man, in the future.
Yeah.
yeah, I just wish he was a Red Sox. That's all.
Who
I
knows?
just
Maybe Breslow will lock him up in the future. But he's like, no, no, no.
all right, and we're gonna go to the designated hitting category. There was only two guys. In my opinion, this is probably the toughest one uh, to choose from. Um, we've got Otani and Yordan Alvarez.
Mm,
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I'm not going first on this one.
John, what you got?
uh, Hold on. Let me just mirror the numbers real quick.
Yep,
So
got them
I'm
both.
looking at Otani. Um, I gotta go with Otani, dude, just based off home runs alone. I mean, he's got 44. Jordan had
31.
31. So, I mean, the big leagues, they want to see the long ball, dude. And Otani, I mean, unfortunately, he did get hurt. He hurt his arm this year towards the end of the season. But you could see he was a different type of animal trying to carry the Angels to the postseason this year.
Yep.
Um, he put his team on his back pitching, and he put his team on his back hitting. There was a day where he hit a home run the same day he pitched.
Against
Um,
the Tigers. Yep.
yeah,
Dope.
I mean, I know we're not supposed to look at the defense aspect of it, but like what he does and the numbers he's able to put up, and the fact that his numbers to me still look better than Jordan Alvarez's, um, I got to go with Shohei Otani. And um, I think Jordan Alvarez, not to be mistaken, is an incredible postseason hitter. I would not want to face him. I'd rather face him. I'd rather face Otani than face Jordan Alvarez in the playoffs. Um, right now,
Well, I mean,
right now,
it's not like we're seeing Otani in the playoffs. So
we saw him in the World Baseball Classic.
so there's that. There's
The
that.
World Baseball Classic is very close to the same vibe as
Eh,
as the postseason
You know who
MLB.
you sound like right now? You sound like Merrill Kelly from the Diamondbacks.
Oh yeah, I remember what he said. I heard him. He's like, "Oh no, I was in Miami." There's a lot of fans. He learned real quick.
You try to compare Venezuela to the Red
Philadelphia.
Sox. It didn't go well, my guy.
No,
wow.
it didn't. It didn't.
Not go well.
Especially if you're not in the
Um,
championship game, dude. Like, come on, you know. But
I'm glad I missed that. I'm glad I missed that.
yeah,
But yet to your point about Otani, I'm just looking at his last few, just the last 3 years. So he had more at bats last year, but had less runs. Only had 9 more hits. Had the same amount of RBIs. The year before, same thing. He had more at bats, only 1 more run, less hits, and only 5 more RBIs. This year, he didn't even have 500 at bats. He still drove in 102 runs.
he
Well, he
just
still
missed,
had 102 runs,
he just missed 500.
just missed 500. 151 hits, which is 9 less than last year when he had 100. He had 160, 95 RBIs, and his average this year was better
304
because he had
average. 304 average is
304
unbelievable.
average.
With 44
It's,
home runs.
and that's another thing. We were just talking about other guys who had way more at bats and had less home runs than he did. This guy, Otani. If you don't know who Otani is, he also pitches for the Angels. This is a pitcher who's hitting 44 home runs.
Soon to be Bostonian, Dave.
I'm with you on that one.
Yes, sir. Teddy stressed.
Yeah.
If this goes to Yordan Alvarez, I don't know if I will agree with this award ever again. I'm sorry. Otani did so much for this team, for them just to miss the playoffs because he forewent his injury. He was like, "Nah, I'm going to play. I don't care about this injury. I'm going to play." And just for them to not make the playoffs again, you're going to lose Otani for nothing.
Nothing.
I don't see why he goes back to the Angels. I don't. And he should be
fumble.
leaving. He should be leaving the Angels with a silver slugger and say, "Peace, I'm gone."
Yeah, they fumbled so badly over there in LA with him. I mean, dude, how do you not trade and get like a bunch of prospects for him? Maybe like a couple draft picks, something.
How do you not trade to put more talent around him? Forget that. You're saying that you want to make the playoffs. You didn't even make any moves that would help you do that.
They tried. They definitely tried.
They did try, but like they went
But
and got B-list players.
It wasn't enough.
Like,
Yeah.
how do you go and get B-list guys and then I just don't understand.
You have an A-lister. You need to go get A-list guys.
Yeah.
It didn't help that Trout was out, Rendon was out.
But like when you have those odds stacked against you already, right? You already have those big contracts with guys like Rendon and with Trout, and they're both out. That's your bread and butter, dude. And you're gonna go out and try to band-aid this thing up because you want to like give Otani like a good feel to come back. Dude, you got to think about your future as an organization at this point. They all say, dude, it's a business. It's a business. Like,
but I think what also could have gone into that is that other teams probably looked and was like, well, we know this is the last year of his contract. Why would we trade for him when we could just get him for free? So you can try, but we're not giving up the future for somebody when we know he's going to be free. So
he's about to get paid.
Somebody would have to get him in the playoffs. Oh man, that would have been sweet to see the Rangers get him or somebody like that. See him pitching.
But he was already injured at that point.
Yeah,
no,
it just got worse.
He got injured. What, he had like a lingering issue or something?
Yeah. That UCL injury was lingering. That was something that was there for a while. He saw that it was there. He decided not to get a check or to get surgery.
Nothing. Yeah.
Wow, didn't know that.
That's why he kept going down. Like he had the whole nail problem every time he pitched, and I feel like that was just.
I remember that, but I thought
cover up for
the UCL thing was just like one and done.
No, that was lingering. That was lingering for a while. That was a part of the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, the Angels were like, "Yo, go get it checked," and he was like, "Nah."
He was like, "Nah, I'm fighting to make the playoffs and just to miss it."
Yep, because this is his second time with a torn UCL, so he knew exactly what it felt like. So he was probably like, "Yo, let me see if I can fight through it." And then time came. They weren't gonna make the playoffs. He was like, "All right, you know what? I'm done."
And he just grabbed his stuff out the locker, which is sad.
Peace. I'm out.
He just said, "Yo, we went in, and his stuff was gone. His stuff was out of there."
Hey, all I know is you should have been there, Javon. It was a whole debate in the baseball chat. I remember that.
Oh yeah, Joe
that was a crazy Crazy
Yep.
debate. Shout out to Javon, Joe,
Yeah.
and Carl.
Yeah. Yep.
They
Yeah.
were going off.
Oh yeah.
Oh
It
yeah.
was it was early too. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning. They were going at it.
I, re- I remember I was on my way in the house at that time. I remember I was just going through, just listening to everything. I said, "Dang, I missed a whole lot."
Yep. Yeah. Again, if you guys aren't a member, what are you waiting for?
Right.
Mhm.
Load it up, fellas. Load it up.
But I'm gonna have to go with Otani too. He just had an incredible year. They were both injured this season. Alvarez had 410 at bats. Otani just missed 500 with 497. He hit 44 home runs, 151 hits, 95 RBIs, hitting 304 with an OBP of 412. That's disgusting. Um, he's if again, like Dave said, if you're not handing him the award, then I don't know what you're doing. Um, let's get into the utility position. Um, we got Brandon Drury from the Angels, Gunnar Henderson from the Orioles, Whit Merrifield from the Royals, and Isaac Paredes from the Tampa Bay Rays. I'll lead this one off. I'm going to go with Gunnar Henderson from the Orioles. That kid can absolutely rake. For him being a rookie, he's, in my opinion, he's going to win Rookie of the Year easily in the American League. Uh, he was playing third, he was playing second, he was playing short. Um, for him to be able to still continue to hit every single day, no matter what position he was at on the field. Big shout out to him, and also for him being a rookie and being able to be a nominee in this category. That goes to show you how much of a good hitter he is. Who you guys got?
I'm going with Isaac Paredes from the Tampa Bay Rays. Um, his batting average wasn't the best. He batted 250. But I mean, he had a lot of bombs and a lot of RBIs. So um, I like the fact that he had so many RBIs. I think that helps the team win a lot. And the home runs is, I think, what this award should be all about, man, to be honest. Of course, we love average, but I think we love the long ball a little bit more. So I got to go with Isaac Paredes. Incredible year. I mean, he was even mentioned for third base for this award, but I'm going with him definitely for the utility. Um, I would love to have that guy on my bench just pop out with 30 plus bombs any day of the week.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Teddy on this one. I'm gonna go with Gunner. Um, I like how the young kid played this year. Um, Another key spot on the Baltimore Orioles team. He to me he is what Corbin Carroll was for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And I think it's without a doubt that he's going to win Rookie of the Year for the NL. I think that's without a doubt, and that's the same. I feel the same exact way about Gunner.
Yep.
Um, I think me and Teddy had talked about. I think me, Teddy, and Carl might have had a episode where we talked about award winners for this season, and we talked about Rookie of the Year, and Gunnar Henderson was one of the names that was mentioned.
Yep.
And I truly believe just because of what he did at bat as a utility player, um, helped them along with what Aldi did as a catcher. So um, I would say Gunner. I like your choice though, Javon. I think that's a really good option. I mean, because like you said, all the RBIs, all the home runs, the average doesn't look good, but it's are we really going to just talk about average? Are we really going to be the analyticals here, or are we going to go with what we see?
I
But
mean, Gunner only batted
I'm going with Gunner.
255.
Yeah, I know.
Paredes
Well,
batted 250. So I mean, I'll take the extra six home runs. Um, for 0.5 difference in average.
Hmm.
I'll also take the reason I'm going Henderson is because if there's a ball in the gap, I know he'll hit the three and not stay at second base. He's got that extra gear.
He definitely does. I agree. No, I agree with you guys, man. It's a good debate right there. It's kind of like, do we want the athlete or do we want the power? You know. But Gunnar had a lot more hits than him too, though. That's one thing that
Hmm.
he had almost 20 hits more than Paredes.
Yeah, and I believe Gunnar was back in the leadoff spot all year.
I don't know how Whit Merrifield is even in this conversation. To be quite honest with you, he has
They had to
11.
find it. They had to find a third guy, so they just
Yeah, I mean,
plucked the name out the hat. It's like, oh, there you go.
11 home runs, 67 RBIs. He has 26 stolen bases, which is pretty good. And then
Yeah, but that ain't slugging. Give out.
but he has a shitload of hits. He has 149 hits.
Oh,
Um,
come on, man.
and
Bleep, bleep,
he batted
bleep.
272.
Gonna find him. Fine.
Brandon Jury's a sleeper though for sure. Brandon Jury's a sleeper.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, like you said, that guy, 11 home
What was
runs.
that noise? What was that noise?
Oh man, 11 home runs is not enough. Um,
I was gonna drop the S bomb. Oh my
yeah,
bad, Ted.
you
My
just
bad.
now noticing that.
It's
Come on, man.
it's 12:10 at night, man. It's past my bedtime. You know, I'm letting things, slip
Hey, look,
out.
it's I think it's past all our bedtime, but hey, we're here.
Leaving with baseball with Teddy, man. He got us up late night. You know,
Late night with Teddy.
we should be sponsored by Red Bull as well, Teddy.
Nope, 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 no. I good. Don't count me in that. Don't count me in that. Not taking away my vegan card. Sorry.
All right,
Oh,
let's get into they're introducing a new category, team Silver Sluggers this year.
I don't
The
think I noticed that one, but
yeah
I'm here.
the four finalists are the Astros, the Mariners, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Rangers. I'm gonna have to go with the Rangers. The Rangers were a dangerous lineup. You saw it in the entire postseason, going 11-0 on the road the entire postseason. Kind of sucked that they lost in front of their home crowd, but I mean, what's better than winning every game on the
On the
road?
road.
Like everybody's booing you, and you just come out there and win every single time.
They was like, oh, you don't like us? Oh, okay.
Yeah, literally, literally. Who
Dave, you
who?
go next? Oh, my bad, Ted. My
I'm
bad, Ted.
I'm going with the Rangers.
Okay.
You
I
want
don't
to
I
leave
don't
it up?
I don't think I need to say anything else. I mean, this team literally went all the way to win the World Series. Um,
Yeah.
to me, I would feel like this would be a crime to not give the World Series champions first time in history, and it's their first World Series title in history. To not give them this award, and they have multiple players that are in the conversation as a Silver Slugger. That shows you
Yeah.
how great how great that they're hitting. You got Garcia, you got Seager, like you got the guys, you got Marcus Simeon. Like, come on, give just give them the award. I just go ahead and say, hey, thank Astros. I know you played well, but you got smoked,
Yeah, see, for
and
me, I could think.
deservingly so. You lost. You know all the cheating that all the scandals that you've had. Dusty Baker's now retired. You know, so you got your World Series titles out the way. Cool.
For me, I'm actually gonna go against you guys again. I don't know what it is tonight, but I mean, I'm going with the Astros, man. If there's any team that's hot, 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 caliente. It is the Astros, man. And if they get hot, man, they're the baddest team in baseball. They got 1 through 10 that will just kill you. I mean,
Well,
you
they
got
got killed in
outfield.
in the postseason, so I don't know.
Hey, man,
Stop
everyone.
the cap.
Hey, postseason's all about who gets hot at the right time, man. Unfortunately, the Astros fell short. I'm not ever rooting for the Astros, by the way, but
But you just said unfortunately. That's all I use root with it to be.
no, I'm saying it as if I was a fan for them, but I'm not a fan for them. But what I'm saying is, unfortunately, they fell short in the playoffs. But I do know if there's any lineup in baseball that I would be scared to pitch to, it's definitely the Astros. They have the most deadly sluggers inside of the lineup, inside and
I
out.
mean, I mean,
From
when you have
Altuve to Bregman to Alvarez to Michael Brantley, Kyle Tucker, just up and down the whole way through. It's just scary, 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 scary lineup. And then you got your reigning World Series MVP Pena. Um, they're
played like
just even Maldonado is a scary bat, man, and he's a catcher.
stop it,
Like, come on, dude. Like,
he probably hit like 150 this year. Let me bring
Can
up
I
his
can
number.
he
I
probably did,
can I
but he'll get you when it counts,
can
man.
I can I say the can I say this word in Spanish?
Yeah,
Basura.
Trash.
Basura.
I like it, Dave. I like it.
he
Uh,
won. He had 69 hits. You're scared of that?
in the playoffs, yeah, he'll come
But you
get you.
just said that the playoffs, like it's who gets hot. The
Maldonado,
Rangers clearly
Maldonado,
got hot. They
Maldonado.
won. They won 11 games on the road in the postseason.
Eh.
In 65 games in the postseason,
We're
Martin.
talking about team sluggers. Team sluggers.
No, but you brought up
Yeah,
Martin
the
Maldonado.
Rangers.
You brought up Martin Maldonado, and you said that he's
I'm
scary.
saying I wouldn't want to face him. I wouldn't want to face him.
55 postseason games. He is batting 169 with 30 hits and 3 home runs and 13 RBIs.
Those 13 RBIs are in clutch situations.
Dude,
Dude,
you're right.
he
It's past.
clutches up, dude. Nah, but the whole point that I was trying to get at though, it was we went from team to team. If I had to face, they're very top heavy. I feel like the Rangers, and the Rangers had a lot of like half their team. We didn't really know who they were. Like who's Garver, who's Carter.
Mitch
Um,
Mitch Garver.
yeah,
He's one of the
That's
top catchers in the league.
yeah. He's pretty
yeah.
well known.
But
Evan
how
Garver's
how solidified is he? Honestly,
huh?
how solidified is he? He was on the
You just
Indians,
said he's
right?
one of the top
He's
catchers in
on
the
the
league.
Indians or the
How
Guardians.
solidified do you have to be one of the best catchers in the league?
He had the second most RBIs in the postseason for the Rangers. Does that
Yeah,
so?
this year. But I'm saying like a lot of the players. So the only 3 players that I would be scared of as like a slugger that I would consider a slugger is Simeon, Corey Seager, and probably Lowe. Like that, I would be like, damn, these guys can probably take me deep if I leave the ball down the middle. The other parts of the lineup, I'm not
You
really.
throw a fastball down the middle to Adolis Garcia?
Oh, I left out Garcia. Garcia is the main one. I'm sorry. I completely slipped my mind.
Well,
Garcia is
that's
the main one.
4 right there. That's more than
That's
enough.
what I'm saying. That's 4. But like the Astros is like the entire lineup. The
But
entire lineup, dude.
but
Minus
you just
Maldonado. If Teddy doesn't want to say Maldonado, we'll take Maldonado out of that, and we can say the entire lineup.
I mean, Jeremy Pena didn't have that good of a year either.
This year he struggled. He struggled for sure this year.
Whoever they have, I don't even know who they have
But
at
they
first.
also lost. They also lost a huge bat in Gurriel as well.
Huge.
So
Jose
uh,
Abreu didn't have a good regular season. He
but
just
they
popped
they
nowhere.
did bring in Abreu though. Abreu had like one huge home run in the playoffs this year.
Yeah,
that's one.
But
against
still, he's a scary name. Like, he comes up
I
to
don't care
bat.
about the name. I care about what you did. I don't care about the name. What did you do?
I don't know, man.
What did you do when it mattered?
I would rather face the Rangers lineup
I would
than
I
face
would hate
the
to say this. And Teddy, this is not a slight at your guy. But we know the Bucks were trash last year. But what was the name? Tom Brady. They had no chance last year. It's not about the name. What have you done for me lately? That's all that matters to me. And what you done for
I
me
don't know,
lately?
man.
Rangers won the World Series,
You face Brady, dude, in the playoffs, no matter what.
and they
He's gonna
got
be
smoked
there.
last year.
By
Hey,
the
it happens to the best of us, man.
They
Everyone
got
gets
smoked.
smoked. Everyone gets
uh,
smoked that
Don't
way.
matter.
let's get let's get into the league. Um, we've got at first base, we've got Freddie Freeman, Pete Alonso, and Matt Olson. Who we got?
I'm doing this just because I'm being biased today because this guy's one of my favorite players, but I'm going Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman is one of my favorite players in the league. I feel like even if he bats 150, I'm going to vote for him. But Freddie Freeman had a really good year this year, so I'm going with Freddie. I believe he deserves it. Rightfully so. I wouldn't be mad if you choose someone else, but I feel like Freddie Freeman had a good enough year to be able to get this award.
I'm going with Matt Olson. Um, Dude is just freak. Um, and no arguments needed. This team is definitely the Slugger Award winner for the NL.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Way
they made that very clear.
you can definitely get that one out of the way. They had like
Yeah,
7 guys with 30 plus home runs.
yeah.
Um,
No
that
debate necessary with
one
this
through
one.
nine.
But
That's a team that I'm scared of 1 through 9. There's not one hole in that. No.
for sure, for sure. But yeah, I'd have to go with Matt Olson. Unbelievable year. Home runs, average, everything. Just tore it up from top to bottom. Got to go with Matt Olson, man. And I'm pretty sure he was pretty close to getting MVP, but his boy Acuna is gonna get it. But like any other year, if he chose to have this kind of year, he probably would have got it.
Yeah, he was pretty up there for Triple Crown um this season. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Matt Olson. Freddie Freeman, he had an amazing year. Um, just numbers wise, when you look at him, Matt Olson just blows him out the water. Um, the home runs, the RBIs. Um, but one thing they do have in common, they were nowhere to be found in the postseason.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that is something they have in common. But hey, I say it off top. I'm being biased. I'm picking
yeah,
my favorite
yeah,
player.
for sure, for sure. All right, let's go to second base. We've got Ozzy Albies, Luis Arias, and Ketel Marte. This one was tough.
I'm going with Arias, man. You got to go with Arias. All the buzz he created at the beginning of the year with the 400, man.
Yep.
Doesn't matter where he really ended up. The first half of the year is just legendary alone. I got to go with Luis Arias for this award. I think he brought a lot of excitement back to baseball when those numbers were buzzing, and just what he did for the game. Um, it just speaks for itself. I'm going with Luis Arias for this award on this one.
Yep. For all those reasons, I agree. Um, I don't really have. I feel like you took my notes, Trevon. I feel like you really did. Um, but it's all good. But yeah, um, another guy with a phenomenal year. I feel like you would be cheating the game if you didn't pick him. That's just my opinion.
203 hits.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the first sweep of the Silver Slugger Award winners, Luis Arias. We all agree on that. Um, it was tough between this one though. It was real close. But like Jovan said, the buzz that he was creating in the beginning of the year, was he going to be able to beat out Ted Williams, batting average of what is it? I believe 405.
Oh, my bad. I didn't hear what you were. I didn't hear you said Ted Williams already.
Yeah, yeah. He- what did he hit that year? Was it 405?
Let's see.
It was something ridiculous, and he was definitely on pace for it. He was banging out like 6 hits a series, minimum. So I think I think like Dave said, you would be cheating the game if you didn't give it to him. Um,
He
we
batted 406.
406. Okay.
1958, he batted 458. No, that can't be right.
Well, damn.
Yeah, I misread it. I'm sorry. No.
Well, come on, Teddy.
406.
This is your own show. Your
406.
own show.
I
Oh, oh, you
no.
said that? Dang, dude.
Oh, oh no. I
Oh, dude, he hit 407. He hit 407 one year. And he hit 406 and he hit 400. So he did it 3 times. He didn't
Crazy.
do it once, not twice, but he did it 3 times. 1952, 1941, and 1953.
That's crazy.
Yep. Teddy Ball Game.
That's what they call him.
Yep.
Let's go to shorts. We got the dude that left Boston, Xander Bogaerts. And we got Mr. Smile, Frankie Lindor, Dansby Swanson, and Trey Turner. Who we got?
I'll leave this one to you, Dave.
Why me? Why me first?
I took the words out of your mouth last time. I took your notes last time, so you know.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. I would love to say Trey Turner. Um, I would love to say Trey Turner just because of, and this has absolutely nothing to do with the season, but what he did in the World Baseball Classic was also good as well. But I'm going to go with the guy that left Boston. I'm going to go with Xander Bogaerts. As much as I wish he was still in Boston, I got to give credit where credit is due and say that he did his job and played very well this year. So I'm going to go with Zandy. I feel like Zandy's going to get the award. I feel like he deserves it. He had another great year. I just wish that great year was in Boston, but it's all right. Great job, Zandy.
Yeah, I've got Francisco Lindor winning a glove
I
and a
knew you were
silver.
gonna say it, dude. I knew you were gonna say it.
I mean, he's one of the best hitters and personalities in the game. When me and Dave were going over the Gold Glove award winners, he the dude's just nasty.
Yes,
He
yes.
hit
I can't
from
I
both
can't
sides,
deny it.
hits from both sides of the plate extremely well.
Switch hit.
Like it's crazy. It's really crazy. It sucks that he's wasting his talent in Queens. But wearing the wrong color pinstripes. But that's what happens.
Move dirty.
Yeah, no, Teddy, I totally gotta agree with you on this one. I'm going with my boy Francisco Lindor. The dude, unfortunately, is on a terrible team. Um, I mean, they went out and spent all that money. I mean, it's kind of funny because it's very similar to the way that like the Padres panned out. And
I mean,
then the only
with
other team that spent like that on the offseason was the Rangers. And then they ended up winning it all. So I don't know if
two,
there's a method to the madness or what, but
Oh, they just made the smarter moves to me.
yeah,
yeah.
They didn't have to go take out a $50 million loan. So
Yeah. That's called fumbling the bag.
why Soto's gonna be wearing navy blue pinstripes.
You
You heard
guys
it
can
here.
take Soto if we get Otani, dude. I don't care.
You ain't getting no Tony. He ain't coming here. He don't like Boston.
Yeah,
Stop the cap.
Francisco Lindor had a great year. I mean, he's pretty much the only light at the end of the tunnel, as you would say. for this Mets team. I feel bad for the poor guy. Thankfully, Javi Baez took that 1 year over there and he dipped out. But I mean, I don't know what's wrong with this organization, man. It might be the coaching. I can't put my finger on it, obviously, but I don't know. There's something going on in that organization where just people aren't happy playing over there. I mean, I remember when Javi Baez flipped off a fan. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. But
Yeah,
yeah, it is what it is.
yeah. Tommy Pham ended up getting trade deadline, and he said that the guys didn't even like work hard. Like they had the roster, but they didn't really work to a goal. Like last year in spring training, they were practicing World Series celebration.
Sounds like the Knicks.
Terrible. Uh, let's go to third base. We've got Nolan Arenado from the Cardinals, Manny Machado from the Padres, Max Muncy from the Dodgers, and Austin Riley from the Braves. I'll start this one off. I'm going Austin Riley. He raked all year. It was it was every day. He was coming up and just driving in runs, hitting home runs. He hit a clutch home run in the playoffs when the Braves their only win in the playoffs. Um, so yeah, that's who I'm going with for third base.
Yep, me too. Me too. I'm going with Austin as well. That's all I gotta say. Just Austin.
All right, all right. Damn, I'm like, I think I might go with Max Muncy, man. I think I gotta go with Max Muncy. Dude's 36 home runs, 105 RBIs. The only thing that really turns me away from wanting to pick him is his batting average, which was 212.
That's
Uh,
gross.
that is like hard. That's hard to do. That's hard to do. Like when they said like you got an F on your test, that's like hard to do. Like that's pretty much what he did.
Yeah,
I can't believe the Dodgers went ahead and signed him actually for an additional 2 more years after
yeah,
this average that he put up. But they did get a discount on him. It's only like what was it, like $12 million for a year. Like he got like 24 million for 2 years, I think.
Oh, he
yeah,
getting backup quarterback money. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, he's is like a cheap deal. But he did have more home runs and more RBIs than Austin Riley. Well, he had more RBIs. He had one less home run. You know what? I gotta go Austin Riley, dude. Just can't lie to myself anymore.
Exactly. I'm about to say you were throwing yourself off when you kept saying the numbers, you saying how bad it was. I said,
I'm
all right.
talking myself off the cliff here.
So if you believe that, then I don't think you should be saying the
I,
last part. But
I wanted to believe it, but then when I saw that average, I almost threw up. That batting average is literally horrendous. Um,
yeah,
no one that's batting 212 should even sniff a batting title. So
well,
uh,
clearly they thought otherwise. That's why they
it's
gave
the home
gave
runs and the
him.
RBIs though. Like he still produced home runs and RBIs, although his batting average was that bad.
Yeah,
Uh,
but batting average was trash. It was like, well, mm, we'll throw you up there. We don't expect you to win, but we get opportunity.
yeah.
yeah. Um, let's go to the outfield. We've got Acuna, Cody Bellinger, Mookie Betts, Corbin Carroll, Kyle Schwarber, Juan Soto, and Saya Suzuki. I'm
I'm
gonna
going
start.
with the.
Go
I'm.
ahead.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Dave. You got it. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
I'm going with the other rookie. I'm going with Corbin Carroll. I'm going with the other rookie. Um, Gunner had a great year, but like I said, I feel like Gunner was just the Corbin Carroll for the Orioles, and Corbin Carroll We saw what he did in the postseason. He was doing that in the regular season as well. He balled out in the postseason and played pretty well in the World Series. It's just that it didn't pan out to a win for his team. So Corbin, I feel like this is the year where um not saying I'm not sure if this has ever happened before. Y'all know more about it than I do, but um I would say this would be huge that two rookies win Silver Slugger. Win the Silver Slugger award in the same year. So
Yeah.
I believe he deserves it.
Yep.
Yep.
Who you-
Do you want to go, Teddy?
yeah, I'll go. I got Acuna, Kyle Schwarber, and Juan Soto. You can say the
Oh, that's
same.
right. That's right. I was supposed to pick two other guys. Oh, my bad.
Yeah. You can say the same thing about Schwarber that you said about Muncy, but Schwarber was more impactful, hitting in the leadoff spot the entire season. Um, so that's why I'm going with those three.
Yeah, from either two, I'll put Soto and Acuna.
Ooh,
Good choices. For me,
Dave, shocking. That was.
so
I
for
think I
me,
know where you're going, Dave.
Mm.
so for me, I can't pick Schwarber just based on the fact is I don't look at him as an outfielder. I look at him more as a DH.
Yeah.
Just in the outfield, he's a complete liability. He's way too big. Um, love the guy as a bat, but I just can't do it. So my three choices are Ronald Acuna Jr., Mookie Betts, and Cody Bellinger. I think those three guys put up great numbers. I know like the Cody Bellinger one is probably the most controversial for you guys, but it's his batting average that really appeals to me. Batting 307 um, with 26 home runs, 97 RBIs. Um, let's bring the athleticism back to the game, man. Batting average. Let's go. Some more
I mean,
I
hits.
feel I feel like this was the one category where it's okay if you pick any three out of this list.
yeah.
Um, so
The only,
I'm not
one,
mad at you.
the only one that I agree with, even being on this list, is Saya Suzuki. All the other ones, I don't really care if um, who you picked.
Yeah, he may be the lone star, but everyone else, I'm like, all right, I can see why.
Yeah, definitely.
I just
You
think
know,
Schwarber
I
should be
I would have
considered
said
a
Mookie
DH.
to be biased again, but I didn't want to be biased again. So
Like, how many
Yeah,
games did
no,
Schwarber play in the outfield during the playoffs?
during the playoffs, he didn't at all.
He should be considered a designated hitter. I mean, you put him out there when like everybody's hurting and like
I think that's what, because they had a lot of injuries in the early part of the season,
mhm.
so that's why he probably played enough games to qualify as an outfielder for this award. Um, let's go to catcher. We've got William Contreras from the Brewers, Sean Murphy from the Braves, JT Realmuto from the Phillies, and Will Smith, not the rapper or the actor, but the catcher from the Dodgers. Who we got?
All right, you first, Jovan.
um, I love JT Realmuto, man. But I want to look at the numbers before I say that. 20 home runs, 63 RBIs, 252 average. That's pretty solid. Um, and then I really like Sean Murphy too. Um, I'll go with JT Realmuto, just based on the fact that he's a threat as a catcher, and whenever he gets in there, the announcers are always like, "Dude, he can cause some damage, so be careful pitch to this guy." Um, so
Yeah,
I'll go with JT, man. I think he definitely brings an edge to the lineup, and Yeah, he can definitely hit the long ball if you miss your spot with the fastball for sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
Getting jiggy with it. That's what I'm going with. I know you said that what it was we were talking about, but hey, when I first started listening, I saw the name. I said, yeah, that's what I'm going with. Will Smith. I feel like he had a pretty solid year as well.
Yeah.
So, um, I'm gonna go with him. I feel like he played a key role with the Dodgers. I feel the same way about Mookie Betts. You know, everyone knows if you watch any baseball episode, I've openly admitted Mookie Betts is my favorite player in the league. So I have that if I have the opportunity to vote for him, even though I didn't in the last one. But you know, that's my guy. Definitely wish he was still in Boston, but one of his teammates, I feel like Will Smith was really good this year for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to go with JT Realmuto for this. Um, like Jovan said, he's a threat to hit the long ball. And then he's also got the speed, the catcher position. So that puts him up above all these other guys for me. Um, let's go to the utility spot. We've got Cole Bellinger, Mookie Betts, Ha-Seong Kim, and Spencer Steer. I'm gonna start this one off, and I'm gonna go Mookie. I'm gonna go Mookie. I did it with the I did it with the Gold Glove. I didn't give him a Gold Glove in right field, but I gave it to him at the utility spot. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the Silver Slugger. The dude, no matter where you put him on defense, he's the one of the feared hitters in this game. Um, and I don't know what happened to him in the playoffs, but he had a great regular season. He was up there for NL MVP along
Mhm.
with Freddie Freeman, um, and that's why he's got my vote.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Javon.
yeah, no, I agree. I got to go with Mookie Betts on this. So I think either way, he's going to get a Silver Slugger award, whether it's in the outfield or utility.
Yep.
Um, just looking at the people he's going up against, I voted for Cody Bellinger to get one in the outfield as well. So I don't know, man, but it was awesome to see Mookie Betts play second base a lot this year. It was actually like super cool. Just see him turning double plays and whatnot. Knowing that he came up as a second baseman with the Red Sox, but Dustin Pedroia was there, so he couldn't play. Um,
Mhm.
but I mean, it was great to see him playing second base this year, and I definitely think he wins this award. He stands out compared to the other three candidates for this award.
Yeah, yeah. So this is another sweep on BWT,
Hey,
for sure. Teddy saw this coming. That's why he said that the last time when Mookie Betts' name was mentioned, because this is exactly where I was going with this. I want to talk about the 4 years he's been in the Dodgers right now, and his two best seasons he's had, well, the three best seasons he's had in his career. Um, his best season he's had, as far as average, was in 2018 with the Boston Red Sox, where he hit for 346. Then his second best was with Boston in 2016. 2018 is when we won the World Series, just for FYI.
that was his
26,
MVP.
yep, MVP year. And then 2016, he had a average of 318. Since he's been with the Dodgers since 2020, COVID year, he hasn't hit over 300 yet. He got the closest in the first year in 2020 with 292. This year he's his batting average 307. He also had 584 at bats, 126 runs, 179 hits, 100 107 RBIs. It's just hundreds across the board. So I think it's without a doubt Mookie Betts. I feel like he had one of his best season yet as a Dodger. He had a great year. And I would gladly say that he deserves to be the Silver Slugger as a utility man.
Yep.
For sure.
And for our final award of the night, with a designated hitter, we got Jorge Soler from the Marlins, Ozuna from the Braves, JD Martinez from the Dodgers, and Bryce Hop from the Phillies. What you got, Dave?
Bryce Harper from the Phillies. Another guy with a great season. He was injured for a while, but when he came back, he was still Bryce Harper. And we all know his about his story with the Nationals and stuff like that. And then even when he first signed with the Phillies, he said he was going to win, bring a championship to Washington. And I was like, well, you messed up there, buddy. But I ain't gonna punish you for that for this award. I feel like you rightfully deserve it. And Bryce Harper, I hope that you become successful and may possibly win a World Series. But I feel like this year, 2023, Bryce Harper should be the Silver Slugger.
I gotta go with my man, my OG, Mr. JD Martinez.
Mr.
Man,
himself.
dude, I can't believe he had the year he had after being traded to the Dodgers. He really struggled last year, like very, very bad. I thought it was pretty much over for him. I thought the Dodgers were going to get him, and he was just going to be damaged goods and probably retire within the next couple of years. But the numbers he put up from a DH spot this year were awesome to see. I was super excited for him. I'm happy for him. And he said, I remember the last game of the year last season for the Red Sox. He said, I figured it out. It's like, dude, it's too late, man. It's your last game of the year. And he hit I think he hit 2 home runs in one game, the last game of the year. And he came out and they asked him like, what happened? Like, how'd you hit the 2 home runs? He's like, oh, I just figured out my swing. Like, I know it sucks. Like, it
Hey,
waited
Bam,
for
you should have been doing that all year, man.
yeah, he said like something just happened where he figured out his swing, and he's like, it just happens sometimes, and it just hit me, and I figured it out, and then it clearly shows that he actually did figure it out. Um, he he did unbelievable this year. He had 33 home runs, 103 RBIs, and batted 271. Um, that's the numbers are clearly better than Harper on paper when you're marrying the two stat lines. Just other than average and stolen bases, but I mean, from a slugging standpoint, it is the Slugger Award. I do have to go with JD Martinez on this one.
All right. You know where I'm going with this one.
Mhm.
You going
Right.
with Harper? You gotta go Harper.
You got no. I'm going with my guy. Um, torn, torn UCL. Comes back early from Tommy John. Has a bionic arm. Learns how to play a different position. And he's still popping balls out the yard. So I'm
Playing
gonna have
first
to.
base.
But yeah, playing first base, a position that he's never played before. Mind you,
He looked good over there too.
he came up as a catcher, and then he transferred over to the outfield, and then he blew his arm out playing the outfield, and he's like, "All right, I need to get into the game somehow. My team needs a first baseman because Reese Hoskins tore his ACL in spring training.
That's a huge blow to the team too.
Yeah, it was huge. Kyle Schwarber is a liability anywhere you put him defensively. So he's gonna have to DH. So he just did what the team needed him to do, and that's why I'm going with my guy.
I love it. I think a sleeper in this is definitely Marcelo Osuna. He hit 40 home runs with
Yeah,
100 RBIs, with 145 hits and a 274 average.
yeah. Mr. Highlighter. He thinks
I
he's still.
mean, dude, if he didn't have such a messed up background, like all those allegations of beating his wife and whatnot,
Yep.
he probably gets this award. But I think his clouded background probably is going to deter them from giving this guy any award anytime soon. Um,
Won't be getting a vote from me.
no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't vote for him either. But it's impressive what he does, man. It really is.
Right. Good.
Did you ever see
be-
that clip where he got pulled over by the cops? And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm Marcelo Suna. They're like, who are you? He's like, sorry, we don't know who that is. He's like, I play for that Atlanta Braves.
Like, no, they're probably like, boy, we don't watch baseball. We watch football, basketball. I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
That was-
like, nah, sorry,
who's
I
the
think it was you did your drunk driving.
Who's the rookie on the Saints? He got pulled over and he said the same thing. I think
Chris
it was.
Olave. Chris Olave.
Yeah. He was like, man, I play for the Saints. The cop was like, and.
Yeah,
Like, so?
you're breaking the law. He thought he was in DR still, dude. He thought he was still in DR. You could just say, like, you play for an MLB team. You just get a slap on the wrist.
Crazy. But, fellas, it's late. I know we all got work in the morning. It was a pleasure having you guys on to talk about these awards. You guys got any?
Me, my last words is thank you for allowing me to get on it. Shout out to the bring the war back up. Bring the war back up. Bring the war back up. Shout out to the baseball analyst of the year for 2023 for R2L, Javon. You've been a great job. Also, if we had this award for rookie of the year, you might have been able to win that as well. But great job. Glad to be able to be on this show with you. Glad to be a Red Sox fan with you as well, even though we've had a bad last 2 seasons. But hey, we got some promise coming up. Teddy, thanks again for allowing me to be on the show. And you guys have a great night.
Thanks for the kind words, Dave. I appreciate it, man. And Teddy, thank you for having me on as always. It's always a blast talking baseball with you guys. And yeah, man, always having fun. Always having fun.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Catch you guys on the next episode of BWT. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.